Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I am talking about Transocean Ltd or RIG rig. It's 3:30 right now. Today is October 2nd after the market. This engages in offshore contract drilling for oil and gas wells. It's ultra-deepwater and harsh environment. Company in Switzerland. No dividends, no earnings right now, but really bad here in Q2 2025. They work for a lot of countries, United States, Brazil, Norway, other. So ultra-deepwater and harsh environment. Here is the free cash flow, and it seems pretty reasonable. Here it is annually. So it's actually up a little in 2024 compared to 22 and 23. Our assets and liabilities seem reasonable. If I look at the forecast, we've got 19 analysts, 7 strong buy, 1 buy, 8 hold, 1 sell, 2 strong sell. So minus 24% to plus 66%. But the forecast has the earnings per share moving up here. So that will be, so this is a positive trend. If we look at the revenue, we've got a positive trend for at least the next couple quarters. If I jump into the statistics, they have been increasing their shares outstanding, which is not my favorite thing. Price to earnings, there isn't one. Price to sales is real cheap. Price to book is real cheap. Sales, cash flow, and book, it's all real cheap. Our return on equity and assets and capital and our gross margin are all really terrible, but we'll get into that. So even though Q2 2025 was so bad, we still had positive cash flow. So let's look at this annually. We've got pretty solid cash flow annually. If we go to the balance sheet and just look up here, our assets and liabilities don't seem too out of whack, but here it is, the good stuff. So our revenue's up, and let's look at this quarterly. It's nice, strong revenue. Gross profit has been real good. Operating income is real nice. And then pre-tax income. So it's right here, this non-operating income. So we have this unusual expense of $1.14 billion in Q2 2025, which is making things look real terrible here on the net income. But if we jump into the charts, and let me jump into the weekly, we got our earnings projection here of a positive earnings projection, whereas we have not had positive earnings here in a while. Back to the monthly. So here's a giant channel we're in. Looks like a reasonable midpoint line. We are below all our moving averages, and we've been further, and it looks like we're trying to climb our way back in. We're right at all times of point of control. These gray bars. If I jump into the weekly, we are still at this point of control. We are now down through our moving averages and banging into the 50 period on the weekly, but we have a nice strong weekly candle so far today, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. And we got some increasing volume down here, which is usually a good thing. Finally, on the daily, again, just points of control are just solidly lined up. Here's a nice spot short-term goal up here at $4. Let's back out a little bit. And then the next good one will be up here at $5, where these bars get taller or longer, I guess. So on the daily, now we are above our moving averages. They're all grouped up, and we're bouncing off the 200 and the 50 and moving up. And we have this great volume candle or volume bar right here, right where the price dropped down. It's like a whole bunch of people while we got in. Okay, let's move, get rid of the ribbon in our volume profiles. Let's get to the weekly. And we have this kind of a weekly channel. Move through it that we've been in for a long time.
That is like a trade, right?
All right. So this channel goes back to 2008. It's got a nice midpoint line following it through here. And we're right here. Now if I jump into the daily, we have this channel that we've been moving in. On the daily chart, we're at the bottom of it, so it looks like we could easily get up here around this over $4. We've got a nice upward trend bouncing off the bottom of this channel, which is nice. I've just backed out to the weekly, and if I look at a fib retracement from the bottom to the top here, we just broke down below a full retracement, and we're right here at the 786. The 618 looks real strong. The 0.5, the 382, the 236. Now, if I do an extension from the bottom to the top to this bottom, you see we got some overlap here and here, which is really interesting. And so these lines are real pretty, which are making me think that this is the bottom. So we could come back to touch this 236. We'll be heading up. If I look at RIG divided by the S&P 500, we kind of have this major channel and this smaller channel. We're in the bottom of both of them. And this is the monthly chart. And we are below all our moving averages. Not as far as here, but we are stretched and ready to rebound. I look at the parabolic SAR and the super trend. We've got mixed signals on the monthly. We're just crossing over on the RSI to the upside. Crossing the moving average. Our MACD is pretty neutral, and our stochastic is making its way up. On the weekly, we still have mixed signals. Are just breaking up into positive territory in the RSI, so this is pretty bullish. Not a lot going on here on this MACD. Just trying to move up into positive territory. And we've still got a nice upward trend on the stochastic. Finally, on the daily, it is actually bearish. Parabolic SAR super trend. Our RSI is on a general upward trend. Again, MACD is pretty neutral, and our stochastic has room to run. Finally, here is the monthly with the RSI Bollinger Band, but this works better in the weekly. Cash flow is up. Our squeeze momentum is neutral. ADX is neutral. Jump into the weekly. We've been off the bottom of our Bollinger Band and moving towards our moving average. Money flow index is down. The ADX is saying no trend. Finally, in the daily, we've made our way up to the moving average and are trying to continue up. Money flow was peaked out and looks like it's rebounding off the midpoint line. Squeeze momentum is neutral and ADX is neutral. All in all, though, I think this is looking real positive. We could have a little bit of a pullback. We are battling with this line right here. Get rid of that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We broke above it and then it crashed down below. So can we get above it? But I think this has a lot of potential. If you look at the news, someone just acquired a bunch of shares. I did a quick search on Copilot, and here is Transocean or Rig, their backlog, $7.2 billion backlog. So why this is positive, this provides significant future cash flow certainty. So long term, I like this. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Talk to you later.